Good evening, I'm Monica Quintero. We are going to be talking about the possibility of some severe weather tomorrow. We'll get to that in just a second, but first, a live view just outside of our studio here in Odessa. You can see cloudy conditions out there. We are seeing mild temperatures, and of course, this is courtesy of the West Texas State Bank weather cam. Let's go ahead and take a look at your conditions right now. You can see those temperatures in the 60s for the most part. 60 in Odessa and Midland. Some areas seeing 50s, 56 right there in Alpine, and 66 in Big Bend. Here's a look at your almanac to give you a perspective. Those temperatures not too far off of what we normally see. The high today, 68 degrees. Normally we see it about 72 degrees. That low, right on target, about 42 degrees. And the record set back in 2017 of 96 degrees. Here's a look at that severe weather risk. It has been upgraded to a marginal severe weather risk. This came this afternoon. What that means is we have the possibility of some hail, some local flooding, and some strong storms. We are going to have our entire team here monitoring what's going on. We're having our chief meteorologist Chase Menendez, Ed Santos, myself, and we're going to be keeping you updated again on that severe weather possibility throughout the day. Here's a look at what you can expect when it comes to our temperatures. By 8 o'clock, those temperatures will be in the 50s, by noon in the 60s, and by 4 p.m. we will see those temperatures in the mid-60s. Some breezy conditions as usual. Right now, Guadalupe passed about 12 miles per hour, and you can see by tomorrow those winds, light winds in the morning hours, about 12 miles per hour right there in Pecos. Throughout the day, though, we're going to see those winds kick up a bit, and you can see in Odessa, Midland, we will be seeing some gusty conditions by 10 o'clock, about 23 miles per hour, 21 miles per hour in Big Spring. By 8 o'clock, they will die down just a little bit, but again, we will be seeing some gusty winds. So overnight, those winds coming from the southeast, light winds for the most part until tomorrow afternoon. Here are your headlines. We're talking about those rain chances. Of course, we gave you a perspective on that severe weather risk. Again, we're expecting local flooding, some hail, some strong storms, and some breezy winds in the afternoon hours as those storms kick up. Here's a perspective on things. You can see by right now we are having partly cloudy conditions, but by 2 o'clock in the morning you can see Marfa will begin to see a little bit of wet weather that will move through the area Friday morning. Then we have partly cloudy conditions, and you can see those rain chances kick back in throughout the evening hours, making for some stormy weather out there. Tomorrow's low will be about 51 degrees, well above freezing, but you may want to grab a jacket. It'll still be cold out there, and as I mentioned, we will see those winds increasing throughout the day. Another concern for some drivers, that visibility. Tomorrow morning, we may have some foggy conditions out there, especially in Carlsbad, Pecos, Marfa, and Dryden, so keep that in mind throughout the morning. That visibility issue will continue, so give yourself a little bit of extra time if you're driving through those areas. Of course, they will clear by about the noon hour. So let's zone in the northern basin. You can see those lows in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. 42 right there in Carlsbad. You can see it warms up to the 60s and 70s. Central Basin, you can see those lows in the 40s and 50s, and those highs in the 60s and 70s. Trans-Pecos, those lows in the 40s and 50s, those highs in the 70s. And take a look at the mountains, those lows in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, and those highs right there for you for the 60s, 70s, and 80s. So your 7-day forecast, stormy weather tomorrow. Again, the possibility of severe weather. We're going to keep an eye on that. Wet weather comes Saturday morning, but it shapes up to be a really nice weekend.
Look at Friday, 60%. Tomorrow's the day to look out for, because we have hail that could be in the picture, and we also have flooding. So
it's going to be a busy day for us. We're going to have the whole staff monitoring what's going on, and of course keeping our viewers up to date.
Absolutely. All right, Monica, thank you. Well, mixed bag for Wall Street Wednesday.